The economy, the border, foreign policy do continue to be top issues for Americans, regardless of party. You said you voted for President Biden's policies. 538, the tracker, said that you voted 100% in line with President Biden. So where do you two differ?
Oh, we differ on a number of things. And by the way, as you know, the president's agenda is not it's not that many items. I voted for the policies because I believe they're appropriate. First of all, there's no member of Congress that when we vote on bills supports 100% of the underlying measure. We have a choice to make. What's in the best interest of the country? And that's what I always do. And I do believe the president has done a fine job generally. But again, it's about meeting next moments. It's about meeting moments 4 years from now. And we're talking about, let's start with affordability. I believe Bidenomics is a disaster. The policies are good for the macro economy. GDP growth is up, wage growth and job growth is up, unemployment is down, but people can't afford their lives. Fuel is too expensive, groceries are too expensive. We're going to have a mortgage crisis as hundreds of thousands of loans transition to adjustable rates, which means people are going to get slaughtered with their monthly housing costs, which are already too high. I'm hearing this every day from people, and we do not currently have policies coming from the administration that will address these issues. I've got some big ideas. As for border security, this is a failure of multiple generations, multiple Democratic and Republican administrations that simply refuse to do what the country needs. The foremost responsibility of the President of the United States is to ensure domestic security. The fact is we have very little border security on the northern border, my state of Minnesota. You can walk across a farm in Manitoba right into our state. I'm not saying that's happening in mass, but we have a lot of adversaries around the world, malign actors who wish to harm us. And I think it's fair for anybody who's concerned about that. And I'm afraid that there has not been a Democrat or Republican president recently that has addressed the issue at the border. And more importantly, that has addressed the issue upstream from where the crisis begins, which is the countries from which the migration waves are coming. We're not using our foreign aid dollars correctly. That's another problem. Look at what voters in Ohio said the other night. Red Ohio. They want cannabis legalized, and they believe it is important to codify a woman's reproductive rights. That's another issue. There has been a failure for decades in Washington when Democrats had the White House, the Senate, and the House. The failure to codify a woman's reproductive rights is a massive failure. The fact that cannabis is still illegal, it's still classified as a Schedule I narcotic, is hypocritical, absurd, and the fact is these are people, including President Biden, who have been in Washington for 50 years. That's all my argument is. It's time for change. It's time for a new generation. It's time to address issues like artificial intelligence, social media, reformations to keep kids safe and our country safe. There's a lot of work to do, and I'm just afraid the people who say they know how to do it have had plenty of time, and it's time for change.